Let's not take the bus today, okay, Thomas? Megan's been able to predict things since long ago, huh?
I'm going to marry her, see?
Nice to meet you. I'm against you marrying that woman, Thomas. You'll understand why if you go to the family restaurant in front of the station.
Trouble busters!
Let's not take the bus today, okay, Thomas?
Oh? Is something up with the buses today, Megan? Okay then, good call. I'll take the train today.
Is something the matter, Thomas?
Megan just told me not to take any buses today.
Oh, is that so? If that's the case, you'd better not do it.
My younger sister Megan has a mysterious ability known to many as precognition. The bus I was supposed to take that day had a rather serious accident, and I thankfully wasn't involved in it and didn't sustain even a single injury. Is Dad late today again?
Afraid so, honey. He's probably been kicking ass at work for 3 days in a row. It's the busy season after all. Mom? Can you come with me? Wait, what is it, honey?
What's going on? Could it be something that they just can't talk about when I'm in the room? That night, I heard Marion and Megan arguing violently downstairs. The reason my mother, whom I call Marion, was so angry was because Megan had a premonition that my father was cheating on his wife. And eventually, after an investigation, Dad turned out to actually be cheating on her. And my parents got divorced as a result of that. It was all for my mother's sake, but she simply wouldn't accept it as such and continued to hold her daughter responsible for her unhappiness. She went on to say illogical things.
I was happy if he continued to deceive me. In the end, I would have been happy if your father had simply come home to his senses and returned home. But I couldn't forgive him for betraying my family. And I can't forgive you, Megan.
In the end, no matter how many times we talked about it and how we tried to persuade her to see sense in Megan's actions, Marion's anger didn't fade away, and we decided to leave home. This incident was the catalyst that caused my sister to stop using her mysterious power. I'm going to marry her, Megan.
Are you Thomas's younger sister, Megan? Nice to meet you. You're so cute. Thomas told me a lot about you.
Hey now, Raylan, no need to go into specifics.
He said he's been living with you for a long time now, and you can take such good care of him that he really doesn't think he can ever thank you.
What the? I didn't say that. After that, we spent some time together by having some tea and having a meal together, but Megan's face remained strangely taciturn, and that continued until it was time for Raylan, my fiancé, to go home.
Well, see you tomorrow, Thomas.
Hey, Megan? And then...
Thomas?
The next moment, she would say something so outrageous I couldn't believe my own ears.
Can I say one last thing? Oh, what is it? Of course it doesn't have to be one thing. You can talk all you want, sweetheart. Oh no, one last thing is enough, Miss Raylan. What is it? Keep your distance from my brother. Huh? What?
Megan? What the... I'm sorry, Raylan. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Sure.
Hey, Megan! What the hell was that? Why would you say something like that?
The woman is too dangerous, Thomas. I'm sorry, but I can't agree to you marrying her.
Yeah, does that mean you're against me marrying her?
That's right, I'm against it. As for the reason why, you'll understand why if you go to the family restaurant in front of the station.
So, how's the gig going?
The twists and turns and sheer suddenness of it all is freaking ridiculous.
Really? Why's that?
A formidable opponent known as Megan has appeared. After the initial first words of greeting, she kept a gloomy face. Just as I was wondering if she'd talk again, right at the end, she casually told me to keep away from her brother. Ain't that unexpected?
Is that what they call a woman's intuition? Either way, are you sure you can't siphon any more money from that Thomas bastard?
If that sister of his starts to interfere, then yeah, I think it'll get pretty difficult.
And you were originally going out with him just for the sake of his money that we used for us. And then we were going to expose the relationship between you and me, Raylan. I'd be like, hey, buddy, who the hell do you think you're dealing with here? Either way, we were going to demand alimony from the douchebag.
Hey now, you're being a bit loud.
What a disaster! 10 years after the incident in my family, 10 years after we severed our connections with our mother, we were finally thriving after such a long time of struggle and hardship. But I was saved by Megan's mysterious power once again. That same power of precognition that she hadn't used for 10 long years. She decided to save me after suppressing her past trauma regarding her power. I definitely want to somehow repay her for all the times she's helped me. And as for the swindlers talking malice behind me, unforgivable! Trouble busters, initiate! Care to explain to me what all this means, Raylan?
What? Thomas? What are you doing here?
Not fricking important!
Kyle?
Hey now, you're the bloke who's laying his hands on my lovely Raylan, eh?
Laying my hands? How could I have known that Raylan was fricking married?
You ain't coming all this way to lie to my face, buddy. Yeah!
I didn't notice this because he was sitting down, but this mother fricker's huge.
It's not like he's gonna fight or anything. Don't be scared, Thomas.
I guess you're right.
I mean, you guys were trying to trick my brother out of his money by letting him go out with Raylin. Once that was done, you were going to reveal the truth to him and make him look like a perpetrator of adultery. I have everything recorded.
This bitch?
This is marriage fraud, and at the same time, it also is a case of Badger's game, so to speak. Fraud is punishable by imprisonment only, with no fine, so if you're tried and convicted in court, you'll end up in prison for sure.
That's right. You're under arrest. You're going to be arrested.
Wait a minute, but not yet. It's fine because it hasn't been carried out yet.
Fraud is a crime even if it's attempted.
Even if we let it go now, it'll just mean that the target will simply change to someone else, and that'll go on indefinitely. And additionally, I can see a future where if they don't get at my brother, they'll go to Alan next.
Huh? That gullible redhead? You devious fiends!
And you are a gullible silverhead for that matter, Thomas. You can't say anything about other people.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't back down, Kyle and I will demand alimony from you.
And why, pray tell, do you think that's ever going to happen? You never told me that you were married.
Yes, I did. And you didn't back away from our relationship. That's why I'll have you pay alimony.
I didn't hear anything about that.
I did tell you.
Enough saying bullshit about my princess, yo. She did tell ya.
There's a preconceived conversation recorded that you were intent on deceiving the hell out of Thomas, so that argument is pretty weak. But there's no conclusive evidence that we were completely intending to deceive him. Yeah, while the marriage fraud won't be a problem, perhaps the Badger's game at play here is definitely a bit iffy. I actually wanted to get more conclusive utterances recorded, but...
Care to explain to me what all this means, Raylan?
Thomas showed no restraint whatsoever and just let himself frickin' explode like that.
Whatever the case may be, girlie, your brother had an affair with my wife. You won't ever know how much I was hurt when I discovered the truth. I won't be satisfied unless I can get at least 10 grand in alimony, even if paying the standard amount is out of damn reach. 10 grand?
Crooks do be crazy. Such a request will...
I'll make sure it's granted.
And how do you propose you'll make sure it's granted?
I'm really good at roughhousing, see? No matter what the legal decision will be, if Thomas and I can come to an agreement, I can push for alimony, can't I? A kind world where lawyers and questions aren't asked. That is what I want.
There's no damn way such a convenient world would...
Looky here, buddy. I'm gonna make you accept it. If your identity is known, Thomas, sweetie, that means your little sister's address is known too, right?
What are you trying to say?
Little Megan, was it? Personality aside, she's not bad looking. If I told my friends about you, you might get some enthusiastic fans begging to see you. A lot of them have cars, and well, let's just say they're pretty hardy drivers. You goddamn... What do you mean by that, huh? Don't get so heated, big brother. I'm only saying what the worst future would hold. If you guys don't sell us out to the police, we won't do anything like that, see? I won't even charge you alimony for cheating with my wife, so let's just go with some kind of agreement, okay? You know that's the better option, right? Come now, Thomas Smith, a man who loves and cares for his darling little sister. Even if I do get frickin' caught, I'll get my revenge when I get out. Mark my frickin' words.
Everyone knows this guy is part of a gang, you see. So who knows what could happen to your darling sister, Thomas, sweetie?
Shit. These fricking pricks just put on a "we're nice people offering you a choice" vibe and acting all defiant. I don't have time nor the means and heart to stall or lie, but these guys aren't sane. If it was just me, it would be one thing, but if Megan's life and well-being would be in jeopardy, I guess the least I can do about Alan is strictly warn him and let him deal with it.
Erase the recording in front of me now, and I'll let you off the hook.
Megan, I think we should.
Oh, I'm not giving in to their threats.
What? Megan? Do you know what you're talking about, girlie? It's a promise to protect you, understand?
There's no guarantee that you won't contact my brother again after this.
You better watch where you tread, bitch.
Megan, seriously.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine? How can you say that so confidently?
If I knew there was a problem, I wouldn't tell you to come with me to this family restaurant this evening.
Huh? Then you...
I can clearly see ahead. If my powers haven't weakened by even a smidge, then it should be around now that Aiden will be here.
Mr. Anderson!
Hold up, what's going on? Just as I was wondering why there was a group of young'uns with such a frigid atmosphere over yonder.
Who better to meet than the Smith siblings and the Kyle-Ray Lynn couple duo?
I'll just tell Aiden here everything about the situation.
Lord Anderson, yes, there is trouble here. There is trouble.
Eh?
Yes, Aiden's help is definitely necessary here, but in what universe is that cool, Thomas?
Actually, you see, I'm engaged to Ray Lynn here.
Engaged to Ray Lynn? Well, last I checked, she were married to Kyle here.
What's this? Did you lay your hands on a married woman, Thomas buddy?
God damn, that's the worst. Yeah, that's right. And we were...
This is now between Thomas and I. You stay out of this.
Allow me to explain a few things, Mr. Anderson.
I actually had no idea that Raylan was already married, you see.
Eh, so you were deceived?
I didn't deceive him. I clearly told Thomas that I was married before we had a relationship.
That's a lie. I didn't know anything.
And that is a lie. He committed adultery, straight up. That's why I'm demanding alimony.
No, please listen. These pricks are swindlers. Lord Anderson, please help me.
How can I put it?
What they're saying is all a lie, sir. I have nothing shameful or suspicious about me. I'm a delight, you see.
Why are Thomas's words true in the truest sense, but somehow sounds like he's digging his own grave?
Enough! This is no joke. He slept with my woman and then stole her away from me. If anyone here did something criminal, it's you.
Yeah, looky who's talking, you goddamn scammer.
Enough random bullshit, you stupid ape.
Shut the hell up, y'all!
Mr. Anderson, I'm sorry. Shit, this is bad. This is very bad. Why the hell did this prick Anderson have to come at this ungodly timing?
If Connor here hadn't told us he wanted to come here at this time, there would have been no reason at all for this hectic munching.
You wanted to eat the limited edition special chocolate pudding strawberry parfait, didn't you?
Frick you and you, boy. Why the hell would you come here to order something cute and adorable? Nothing like the vibes you give off.
In any case, I get what y'all are trying to tell me here. Is there anything y'all got that can prove any of this?
And there you go! This is why I freaking hate this guy! So goddamn annoying! He's known to be a loan shark at the highest rank in notoriety for being so unreasonable with his return policy. But he's freaking soft on those he knows! Annoying! This prick and his gang are so annoying!
Well then, here's something they said to my brother.
Ah, don't do that! Hey, now, we can't bother Mr. Anderson any further. He has a busy schedule. We'll sort this out ourselves, won't we, Thomas? Megan?
Don't you dare call me by my frickin' name so easily, you gorilla.
I'm sorry, darling. Sort this out ourselves, my ass. If and when we can prove these guys of saying things that expose their schemes of swindling in a Badgers game. Shut up over there, I can't hear shit. I'm sorry, it's just that these pricks have no shame lying and framing innocent folk. These two criminals have been saying things to threaten my physical safety and, more importantly, Megan's.
This is also a lie. We didn't say anything of the sort. I've also recorded the moment Kyle there threatened us, you know.
Ah!
And I would like you to listen to it, Mr. Anderson.
No! Hey, now, what's wrong with you two? You're yelling so loudly it's making my ears ring.
Everyone's looking in our direction, and it's a bit embarrassing.
But this is a problem between us. And if I have a problem with the way you're settling said problem, I'll step in to interfere without hesitation. Capiche? Why? Why would you do that? Thomas and I have been in a debtor-creditor relationship for over a decade now. Aiden, what are you...
Hold on. Explain this to me, Thomas.
Well, you see, that's... Oh yeah, Miss Smith, your brother still borrows money from us every now and then. Hey, Axel, you keep quiet.
Let's talk about that at a later date, okay, Thomas, darling?
Yeah, I just borrowed a little money because I lost a little playing pachinko. Even this scumbag is a valued client of ours, see? He's actually on the VIP list. And what are you two? Some random scammers with a thirst for dirty money? No, listen, all of that is... If Thomas has to face something like that, the money I'm supposed to collect will all disappear after all. But you're doing it for free. Eh? You're helping Thomas for free. There's no need to do that, right?
That's right. It's not like you, Mr. Anderson, to do things for free.
Well, I certainly don't like doing things for free. What? Getting scammed and playing a Badgers game where you're mostly guaranteed to lose, isn't it also your fault for being so naive? Exactly! Well said, sir! Oh, so you're scamming after all, then? No, we're just talking hypothetically, you see. But never you mind. Thomas, let's make peace now. Let's make peace!
If you listen to the recording data, it'll be a one-shot deal. No need to do that!
Neither I nor Raylan will ever come near you guys again. How's that for being reasonable?
Don't make me repeat myself.
What?
The words of swindlers are not to be trusted.
Well, you see, Thomas. You want money, sir? Is that it, sir? Why the hell would I want to collect more money from you when you don't have frickin' money, eh? Pay up! Pay up? What do you...
I understand, sir. I shall pay for everything here.
Smart sister you got, and that marks the completion of a deal. Nothing like Thomas. Wait a minute, we'll give you money, liquid cash. Eh? Why? Do you honestly think I would accept dirty money from the likes of you after taking advantage of the weak? Think again. Megan, let me hear the audio data.
Of course.
Stop it.
Please, stop this.
Do you guys have any evidence? I don't have any evidence, but me, look at my eyes.
Typical eyes of someone who lives in the dirty underbelly of society, from what I see.
It's no longer possible to be reincarnated. Your eyes are that clouded with blackened evil.
You have no evidence and a singular look at your eyes. As you request, you fail miserably. I guess this is a done deal then.
Don't do this! After that, Aiden, who heard the audio recording, said that we were right and that the words of those other bastards were all lies.
I see. So you guys were trying to deceive not only Thomas, but also me.
Please forgive us.
Yeah, no, princess, I can't do that. Nope.
We were all desperate to survive.
If you hadn't tried to deceive me by hiding anything and just barfed up the truth, you wouldn't have reached this level of retribution. That was a poor move, Kyle.
You lying leaves way for the possibility that you thought you might have a chance to deceive Lord Anderson.
Yeah, really. If you seriously didn't want to deceive him, you wouldn't have tried to deceive anyone in the first place.
Thomas, file a report of the damage to the feds about this. 10-4, my lord.
Why?
Isn't this enough already?
Deceiving my clients is one thing I honestly don't really care about. But now that you've tried to deceive me too, I have no mercy for you goddamn roaches. And in the event you try to harm Thomas or Megan after getting out of prison, I won't keep quiet about it. I know your family's structure, and it's gonna depend on you and your actions from here on out.
That's blackmail.
That's right, if that's what you want.
What are you gonna do about it, huh?
Well,
This is exactly what you two scumbags did to Thomas and his lovely sister. You claim it's fine if you do it yourself to someone else, but you don't accept it if someone else does it to you? Even I know that's unfair. That kind of world ain't nowhere to be found. But you can say it if you want, but you have to be prepared for what's to come afterward.
of course, if you file a lawsuit against us, we will only consider you as our enemies.
It'd be better for you to think carefully before you act, you know?
Understood.
We shall be sued obediently.
Good boy and good girl. As of henceforth, the trouble between you and the Smith siblings have come to an end.
Yes, sir.
Now it's time to settle your trouble with me, eh?
Trouble?
We don't have any trouble with you, sir.
Do you think you can get away unscathed after deceiving me?
What?
You tried to deceive me, and as a result, you've hurt my heart. $30,000 in compensation, if you please.
$30,000?
And I have a policy that I don't accept dirty money. And all the money you've saved up this far is dirty money, ain't it? I ain't frickin' accepting none of that.
If your misconducts ever do come to light, you'll have to give it back to the victims after all.
That's how it is.
But if that's the case,
We can't pay that money.
Don't worry, I'll lend you $30,000.
Excuse me? Please spare us of that. A&A Finance's interest rates are...
Don't worry, I'll cease the increase of the interest rates for the time you're in prison.
Wow, Lord Anderson, the angel of heaven.
There aren't many loan sharks who are willing to withhold their interest rates according to their clients' circumstances.
But sir...
I'm in no mood to hear any more excuses from low-life clients. I think you ought to accept whatever conditions I have while I'm in a somewhat good mood.
Understood, sir.
Please lend us, some poor low-life thugs, some of your money.
Axel, a contract, if you please.
And presto.
I was wondering where this was going at one point. As expected, there was no way these two thugs could win against the Dark Lord himself, Aiden Anderson, and they were completely wiped out in no time. Somehow, both Megan and I walked away unscathed. As expected, Aiden is so strong in this kind of trouble. After that, the two were sentenced to 10 years in prison for several fraud charges and coercive acts. Apart from the actual number of scams they successfully accomplished, the biggest problem was the sheer amount of damages caused by the scams. Even after they're released from prison, they will have to pay back $30,000 to Aiden, and if they don't work cleanly, honestly, and beautifully as ordinary citizens, as if they're making up for their past evil deeds, I doubt Aiden would forgive them. On the other hand, I have temporarily put aside my desire to get married. I do have a slightly strange little sister after all, and I'm thinking that I ought to consider marrying someone again after she leaves the nest with someone else. But
Well, you love me too much after all, Thomas. Quite a problem, honestly.
damn, your self-consciousness is off the charts. You know you can get married anytime. I'll be perfectly fine on my own, see?
I shall give you the ultimate multiple choice question, so answer it honestly. Then we'll both see how much you love your sister.
Bring it on! Who's gonna choose you in any case?
Question: if both of these things were drowning, which one would you save? A. Megan. B. A swordfish. Which one?
You little... Those two choices are so not fair. The hell do you mean by swordfish? Swordfish can't drown in water for shit.
Which one?
Megan! I'd choose you, Megan, you damn bitch.
I guess you haven't grown apart from your little sister after all. Question:
Enough, Megan.
who would you want to go out with? A. A jealous powerlifter, or B. A sweetheart gorilla?
The hell is wrong with you? As you can see, she is very peculiar, but she is still my lovely sister. She helped me with the mysterious power she had sealed away, and now I have to repay her of all the kindness she's shown me. Trouble Busters!